What's good with y'all, man? It's CTAZ, and today I'm gonna be giving y'all the best settings to run in NBA 2K23 PlayNow online this year. And it's gonna be general settings, coach settings, and controller settings, y'all. And these are the settings that I always rock with. But before we get any further into this video, all I ask is you consider dropping a like and consider smashing that subscribe button as we're on the road to 3,000 subs. It's completely free to make my day. And now let's go and hop into it.
Hold on. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. Let's top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. Hold on.
All right, so to get to the settings page, all you want to do on the home page is scroll all the way to the right to the features tab, and then you want to let's go into settings. So first things first is I like to leave the difficulty on Hall of Fame.
Why?
I know this is an offline thing, an offline setting, but in case you get shots up in freestyle or play the AI, just to get reps in, do it on Hall of Fame, y'all. There's nothing better than applying pressure on yourself, making it harder on yourself to get better at the game. Next is the on-court shot clock. I like to put it at the last 10 seconds. Reason being is I don't like to leave it on full 24 because then it just stays on the court the entire time. And I don't really think of the shot clock when it's winding down. It just signals to me obviously that there's only 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Now, shot feedback, this is a very, very important one. Some people have it off, some people have it only on their own shots or on free throws. This is what you need to have it on, y'all. All shots. Now this year there's a delay to the shot feedback. If you haven't played in a game yet, hop in the game and you won't see the shot feedback until the shot is about to drop, whether it's a make or miss. In the past 2Ks, it's always been popping up right after the shot, whether it's yourself or your opponent. But nonetheless, you want to have it on all shots. The reason being is you want to know if you made your shot and also if your opponent made his shot, y'all. That gives you an advantage because then you could run out and leak out, get easy, quick transition points, whether it's 2s or 3s. And the only way you'll know is with the shot feedback. So definitely highly suggest you put shot feedback on all shots. And then outside of this, man, there's nothing really else in the general settings that are super important in my opinion. These are all offline things. I like to turn off camera shake, action replays, highlight cuts. I don't like having any of these on because if I'm playing offline, I don't want to constantly have to keep watching a replay. I like to have that all the way off. And this is also a preference thing. For the audio presentation, I have it on custom, and this is more for my content. I turn all these off. PA, the commentary, the 2K beats. This is all, like I said, a personal preference though. So this is what I have for my general settings. Now, once you get out of the general settings, you want to go scroll over to the coach settings now. And here, first off rip, this is an important one. Adaptive coaching engine. You want to turn this completely off. Do not have it on for anything. Typically though, in a game, you're gonna have to pause the game regardless. This one doesn't save. My next video will definitely be how to save your settings for defense at least. But this is what I like to set it as, y'all. I like to have timeout on manual, substitution on manual, offensive play vision on all plays. That way, when you're calling any type of play, first of all, 2K, please fix your game. We can't call favorite plays yet. Please fix your game because it's annoying when you can't call plays. Especially for us that like to use plays, fix your game. Right now, we cannot run any plays that we select manually. But back to this, offensive play vision, have it on all plays, full, and show all. The reason being is you want to have a full diagram on the court. Your opponent can't see any of the plays on the it's basically the lines that are on the ground directing you where to go, where to run, where to pass, etc., etc. Next up is late game fouling. I like to leave this on manual. The AI is set to foul within 30 seconds to about maybe 50 seconds if you're down by a certain amount, and you don't want to just give your opponent free throws. Maybe this year is different because it's a little harder to green, so you might be able to get away with letting the AI foul for you. But if you're trying to force a turnover without fouling, which is what I typically like to do, then you need to have this on manual. Turn it off. You can foul on your own when you know the time is right and you can't force a turnover. All right, and then the last one we are going to touch on is the controller settings, you guys. So vibrator function, I have that off, as well as trigger function. Trigger effect is your, I believe, RT and or maybe both left trigger as well. I hate that feeling when it's stuck in the mud and it just feels heavy. So turn that completely off. And that also leads me into shot meter. Turn that off. You always get a shot boost in terms of greening more shots, making more shots if you have it off. This year, it's obviously harder.
Hey, yo.
And I will show you guys, I will get into how to make it slightly easier. It's still gonna be difficult, but you're gonna wanna take any higher percentage that you can get, any kind of boost you can get. And shot meter off has always been a slight boost. I'm not gonna say it's a crazy amount of boost, but it's still a slight boost that you can take. Now, shot timing, I have that literally on shots only. Reason being, I don't have it on layups because you can't time your shot without the meter. So there's no point in having it on for shots and layups. And from what I've noticed in the game I've played recently, mashing is a thing this year. Unless they patch it and update that, mashing is going to be OD. So there's no point in having to time your shot when it's already the meta to score inside and just paint mash. Next, this is very important, you guys. Shot timing release time. This is a new feature within the controller settings of 2K. So you have different variations, as you guys can see as I'm scrolling through them. And I leave this on early. What this does is it sets your release point. So if you want it to be set to very early, that means every single player's shot that you shoot with, you have to release it a lot faster than what the release looks like. So if you're shooting with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and his release is slow, like it might look slow in the game, but in terms of the button and what it registers on your controller, you have to let go of it very early because you're setting it to very early. Here's early, late, and very late. Those are your other 3 options. I set it to early. I like to let go of the button just a little bit before, so I feel like I'm not getting a shot contested. And this feels like the most closest to what all of the players' shot releases look like. I like to release the button when they're about to release the ball. So in my opinion, this is the best setting for shot timing release time in 2K23 PlayNow Online this year. Now for the perfect release, you guys, I'm not sure if this gives you a boost. Last year it gave you a slight boost if you turn this off. This is basically the little green animation that pops above your player's head. It's your preference. If you want it on, you can have either ball or flame. If I have it on, I'm gonna have it on flame. If I have it off, it's because there's a boost. So I'm gonna wait until I do a little more research or find out. But for right now, I have it as off because I'm going off of 2K22 last year when you had a slight boost if you had this off. So free throw timing, you can either choose between user timing and real player percentage. You might be better off with going real player percentage because of how hard it is to shoot this year, but I'm gonna go off of user timing, and I have my shot meter off as well, like I said. Now scrolling back up, I forgot about this one right here. Player indicator color. This is basically the little emblem that pops below your player, and I like to have this on. Reason being, I have it on flame. You can choose different ones. I like the flame one because it's the biggest one and it stands out. And that's the purpose of it. I like to know which player I'm using, especially on defense. If I'm rotating and constantly switching icons, I like to know where I'm at on the court. And this is a real nice indicator, literally what it's called, to show, easily tell you which player you're controlling and which players are closest to you if you're trying to rotate and bait out of the corners and all that kind of stuff. Now, pro stick orientation and off-ball offense mode. This is more important. These two, the pro stick, I like to leave this on default and absolute. This basically means if you're dribbling in the corner and you're trying to do behind the back, you'll have to flick the right stick in the same direction wherever you're on the court. So if you're in the middle of the court and you're facing the rim, to do it behind the back is diagonal down left or right. And if you're in the corner, it's gonna be the same thing. You don't have to remember as many combinations in different angles when it comes to dribbling. Receiver control, here's another important one, you guys. You guys can copy the rest of these, but I'm just giving y'all the main sauce, what's really actually important. I'm not gonna BS you guys. Receiver control, this is important. This is a handoff / pitch pass. So receiver control is when you hold down circle on PS5 or I believe B on Xbox, it's gonna make the player closest to you come up and get a handoff. And this is really helpful because if you're stuck getting double teamed, or if you're trapped and you need a pass and you don't want to get the ball stolen because your opponent is off balling and reading the next pass, if you just hold circle down, your teammate's gonna come save you and get the ball from you, literally, and your opponent can't steal it because he's gonna come right next to you, literally, for what it's called a handoff. Now for the rest of these, this is the rest of my settings. Some people like to play around with these defensive assists, box out, assist strength, pass target openness. I don't like to touch any of these. I leave these all on the default. Basically, I don't believe these have real significance, to the game itself. And like I said, I'm only giving you guys the main sauce, the main settings that actually have a difference and an impact on the game. But alright then, y'all, that is gonna wrap up this video. I hope y'all dig it. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns in the comments down below. I'll try to help y'all out, man. I'm gonna try to drop as many tutorials, settings, all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna put y'all on all the sauce, man, all the stuff and tools that you need to win more games in 2K this year. And make sure you stick around, subscribe, turn on your notifications. My next video is gonna be someone that's highly touted that plays for the OKC Thunder, man. I'm excited to use him. But that's enough for that. And as always, I appreciate every single one of y'all, and much love.